Would you pay, Tierra?
Yeah, I would pay for therapy and pay
Ah!
for a book and pay for all the things that's going to make me again attract a certain people. So for the last couple of years, when I realized that my attachment style was a certain way, or I was attracting a certain kind of man, or just based on the way I grew up, I was attracting avoidant men for a very long time. And so when I realized that, I took my to therapy. That's what I did. And was like, why do I attract this kind of man? Like, why do I? And obviously, it came from, not growing up with parents. It's like you run after the things instead of, allowing those things to come to you, and or feeling like it's too easy. Like the I know in my 20s it was like the guys that really 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 like me, I'd be like, I don't like him, he's just so boring. And like I just had all of that. And so after I healed that part of Tierra, I think it made it easier for me to be like, I do hear the red flags a lot easier. Or or I can also appreciate men when they hit me up and they have all these boundaries. And for instance, I'm gonna just keep it quick, but I talked to somebody the other day and he came in hot. I'm looking for a wife. Here's what I want. I got two boys.
You
We,
scared me
we
off.
want to add a woman to this cipher. I was like, damn, do I want to be at this point? It's like, are you aligned with it? Do you even want this? He got a 9-year-old kid. Your kid will be 15 next week. Home stretch with her. Like, do you want a 9-year-old stepson? Like, I'm starting to really take my time, and I can hear the things, and just putting instead of being, I'm not desperate, but like instead of putting myself in situations just because I want a man, I say, well, will this work for me? Will this work for him?
I love
So
that.
just having a more mature approach to the way I date, and how I date. And so that's been my experience.
I love that, and I love your approach today. I'm gonna tell you, Tierra is a good girlfriend of mine, and let me tell you why she ain't shit. Last week I said, "Hey T, I met this guy. I kind of like him, but he said something that spooked me. You know what this trick said? What do you say? I want to get married."
And she gave me a middle finger. I know
And
who
that
you
was the end of
are,
that
Diamond.
conversation.
I know who you are.
I want to ask you, No Malanga, if you would pay, but I kind of got the feeling that you are. But I'm gonna let you answer that question because you said something so classic before that I just don't think that you would pay for something like that. But I don't know.
I think you have to understand what you're paying for.
Mhm.
Because for me, when I heard about this paying thing, I thought it meant that there's some level of exclusivity,
Right.
and they're kind of sifting through and getting quality, and you're paying for access to a room full of quality people, a certain caliber of people. And like I said, I think if you're really dating for marriage, you have to take it seriously. So absolutely, $100 might be too low. Because looking, if you're really looking like that kind of thing where they've scrutinized the people and they're coming in because they're a certain caliber of people. So I would definitely pay if it meant that I had access to people who have, where they've weeded out the trash and there's some good
Yeah.
quality in there and you want to
Yeah.
get in that room.